Can you believe it? Book Marketing Mentors is celebrating its 500th episode. That's 500 conversations filled with inspiration, strategy, and wisdom from some of the brightest minds in publishing and marketing. From my very first episode back in 2015 to today, this podcast has been all about you, non-fiction authors who want to make a bigger impact with your message. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and celebrate with me as we look back, look ahead, and explore what's next for book marketing in 2026 and beyond. As I sit here thinking about this journey, I can't help but smile. What started as a small experiment back in 2015 has turned into a global conversation about what it really takes to market a nonfiction book and to make a lasting impact. So let's rewind the clock a little and take a look at how it all began. Welcome to the 500th episode of Book Marketing Mentors, the podcast that's all about helping nonfiction authors find the best ways to market and sell their books. When I launched this show back on September 15th of 2015, my very first guest was the legendary John Kremer. The topic, practical ways to market your book. I remember feeling both terrified and thrilled. I had no idea that 10 years later, I'd be still here, still learning, still laughing, and still loving every single interview. Back then, podcasting was new territory. I had no fancy studio, no idea how to edit, and no guarantee that anyone would listen. But I did it anyway. And that just do it mindset has carried me through every episode since. As many of you know, I love the hidden meaning of numbers. In numerology, the number 5 stands for freedom, adventure, and change, and multiplied by 10, it symbolizes expansion, reaching wider and deeper and bolder. That feels so right, because Book Marketing Mentors has become so much more than a podcast. It's a community, a learning hub, and a celebration of the nonfiction author's journey. To my amazing listeners, thank you. You've tuned in, reviewed, shared, and encouraged me in more ways than I can count. Every message you send, every story you share, fuels my commitment to keep going. And to my guests, your wisdom, generosity, and heart have been the soul of this podcast. And to my editor, Evelyn, who's been with me ever since day one, you're the quiet genius behind the curtain, and I couldn't do this without you. Of course, you can imagine that 500 episodes don't come without a few hiccups. I've forgotten to hit record, battled through tech gremlins, and occasionally called a guest by their wrong name. But every mistake has made me more prepared and more human. I've learned that perfect audio doesn't matter nearly as much as genuine connection. And that's what keeps this podcast real, week after week after week. So let's take a moment and look at what book marketing is going to look like in 2026. What's new and what's next? Let's be honest, book marketing has changed more in the last 2 years than it has in the previous 10 years. Algorithms evolve, attention spans shrink, and yet one thing remains true. Readers crave connection. So here are three 2026 trends that are not only shaping the future, but giving authors powerful human ways to stand out. First, there's AI-driven personalization, making every reader feel seen. AI isn't about robots taking over your marketing. Rather, it's about creating more personal, human experiences at scale. Picture this. You write a book on leadership for women entrepreneurs. Instead of sending every subscriber the same email, AI can help you tailor it so that every reader gets a different version of that email. Or let's say you're launching a new course tied to your book. An AI-driven chatbot on your site can greet visitors, ask what challenge they're facing, and instantly suggest the chapter, video, or bonus that fits. It's like giving every reader a personal guide through your world. And when people feel understood, they engage and buy, and a whole lot more. Next, there are community-first ecosystems. That is, turning readers into raving fans. The days of launch and disappear are gone. In 2026, authors aren't building audiences, they're building ecosystems. Think of your book as the spark that ignites an ongoing conversation. Maybe you host a private book club for changemakers, or a circle where readers can discuss how they're applying your ideas. Or perhaps you start a monthly Q&A for coaches who've read your book and want help implementing your process. These aren't just extras, they're your new marketing engine. When readers gather, they don't just talk about your book, they live it, they share it, they recommend it, and bring others into the fold. And if you're wondering whether this takes more work, the answer is yes. But it's the kind that pays off. Because when you build a real community around your message, you don't have to chase attention anymore. Your readers become your marketing team. And that's how you raise raving fans. And the third trend is micro-experiential marketing. And that's all about small moments having a big impact. Readers don't just want information, they want transformation. And that's where micro-experiences come in. A micro-experience is a bite-sized, hands-on way for readers to feel your message. For example, an author who wrote a book about emotional resilience offers a free 3-day calm under pressure mini challenge. Or a leadership author hosts a 45-minute lunch and learn with exercises straight from chapter 3. Or a wellness coach who invites her audience to a 5-minute mindset reset audio series that mirrors her book's daily rituals. Each experience gives a taste of what your book delivers without a hard sell. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like something very tempting. And those who join, they're far more likely to buy, refer, and return for a whole lot more. It's no longer about shouting louder. It's about creating smaller, more meaningful moments that let your message sink in. And the bottom line, whether it's AI helping you serve smarter communities, keeping your message alive, or experiences that let readers feel your book, every one of these trends points to the same truth, and that is the future of book marketing is deeply human. Authors who connect, listen, and personalize will rise above the noise, not because they have the biggest following, but because they have the most trust. They've taken time to be authentic, they've taken time to connect, and they've taken time to build trust. And when you have trust, you have raving fans. So on a personal note, if this is your first episode, I am so glad you're here. And welcome to the family. And if you've been with me from the very beginning, thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate your loyalty and your support over the years. You're part of something bigger than a podcast. You're part of a movement of authors using their words to make a difference, one book, one reader, and one ripple at a time. And as long as that's your mission, Book Marketing Mentors will be right here, walking beside you, cheering you on, and helping you share your message with the world. And looking ahead, the next 100 episodes, well, you can expect more bold conversations, deeper dives into niche marketing, because you know that's my favorite subject, and a few surprises I can't wait to share. My mission remains the same, to give you practical, proven strategies that help you stand out, sell more books, and make a bigger impact with your message. "500 episodes, and we're still just getting started. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Your support, your passion, and your belief in what's possible keep me inspired every single week. Here's to the next 500 episodes of learning, laughing, and growing together. Thank you for joining me for this 500th episode of Book Marketing Mentors. And until next week, here's wishing you much book and author marketing success.